Namaste. Youth today seem to have a lot of passion towards working. They set their goals, they do work towards that, and they also achieve. They do go up the ladder, but the life they have chosen appears to be more centered around the civilian area, the cities, laid back offices. But there is a whole lot of activity, possibility, and a very, very beautiful, challenging life awaiting at so many other places, of which there is one lovely area which the youth today seem to be missing out. What's that? The challenge. Youth love to be challenged and they would like to win over that. Now, where is that life? What is that life? How is that life? What are they missing? Why are they not thinking of the armed forces life? There is such a beautiful life in the armed forces. Why are they not looking at it? What's happening? So, where are we? Why should they go? Where should they go? How should they go? When should they go? All these are the questions that we need to really understand. We have Major General Bhakuni with us. Hello, sir.
Good morning.
Very good morning, sir. Great.
General Officer was commissioned in December 1981 in the Dogra Regiment and has served in Operation Pawan in Sri Lanka and Operation Rakshak in Jammu and Kashmir. He commanded both his battalion and brigade in the counter-insurgency environment in Jammu and Kashmir and has total 7 postings in Jammu and Kashmir. The General Officer is a graduate of Staff College and has done Masters in Management Studies. He is an expert in selection process and has been in the helm of affairs of Selection Center for the past 2.5 years.
Make sure that you don't miss any of our free classes and exclusive new videos on SSB Show Short Plus. Subscribe now and hit the notification bell. Follow us on Instagram for more informative and motivational content, offers and updates related to the armed forces. Visit our website for numerous online courses and study material. Call us on 6364 052525 to inquire and register. Now let's get back to the video.
We are here in your center, the Staff Selection Center in the south. We want you to help us understand.
Yeah.
Over to you, sir.
Subramania, it was a wonderful introduction. But part of the introduction, I may not really agree with you.
Really, sir?
Yeah. You said
Welcome to Contact.
that armed forces is not a popular choice among youth. I think I will disagree with totally. And I will give you the facts and figures that, in fact, today the armed forces is the most popular option for the youth. So the scenario in the last about 15-20 years has changed. I may agree with you. In the early 2000s and even in the late 90s, there was a lot of rush for the corporates. But you'll be surprised to know that even the people working in the best of the corporates are turning back to the armed forces. The top engineers, even students from IITs, they are preferring the armed forces.
So, but do you agree with me in the introduction when I said that is the kind of civilian perception that is there?
This kind of myth perhaps got created over a period of time. Yes, there was a time, I may say so, in the early 90s or mid 90s, there may have been little armed forces may not have been a very popular choice. But the whole thing has undergone a change. Today, the armed forces provide you the best of the opportunities, the best of life, the quality life, best of pay and perks, and most challenging and adventurous life which a youth looks forward to. And we will talk about it in the later part of the discussion.
Sir, but youth may look towards the armed forces life.
Yeah.
But there is a drag on them is what the civilian part of this adventure is about. By drag, what I mean is youth are generally either guided or interrupted by the parents, if I am not wrong. The parental perception of armed forces life requires some kind of a reorientation. I wouldn't use the word correction, reorientation. Because they are from the previous generation. So the generation to generation advancement of the armed forces, the improvement of the quality of life probably has not seeped into the generation of parenting. What do you say?
Yeah,
on that,
Subramanya, this part I may agree with you. Yes. And this lack of awareness is more prevalent in the south.
Oh.
In the north, if you go to the states like Punjab, Haryana, Uttarakhand, even Rajasthan, and part of Madhya Pradesh, people, even the youth, the first choice of the youth is the armed forces. Even the parents are, very keen to send their children to the armed forces. Yes, the scenario may not be the same in the south. In the south, somehow, the awareness about the armed forces is lacking. And I will give you, wherever I have interacted with the youth in the colleges and universities, and when I talk to them initially, that how many are opting for the armed forces, in the beginning of my talk,
hands don't go up at all.
Yes, you are right. You are right. I have seen my experience with the best of the university here in the Christ University, and one of the function when I was speaking to them, and you'll be surprised, there were out of a crowd of about 250 or 300, there were about 3-4 hands raised for the armed forces, and I was surprised myself. But once I brought out in the entire presentation what is the armed forces, what it offers you, and what is the quality of life, what are the pay and perks, the facilities, the challenges, the adventure, you'll be surprised that towards the end, virtually 99% of the people, students raise their hands for the armed forces. So it proves that there is a lack of awareness in the south. Gradually, it is now being taken care of by the armed forces also, and you will see a lot of quality kind of ad campaign which is being taken up by the Ministry of Defense and the armed forces. So it's a matter of time.
We talked of the myth. Myth has to be broken somewhere, and that somewhere begins at a place called Services Selection Center. And here we are. Sir, we'll break the myth.
Yeah, Subramanya, I think breaking the myth is the right word for this, because the facts on ground speak otherwise. The highest body which conducts the class 1 examination, that is for the civil services, the armed forces, is the Union Public Service Commission.
Yes.
If you see their report, every year they publish an annual report, and you can Google it and check it out year after year, and they bring out 2 facts very clearly. One is the number of applicants for a particular examination, and the second thing is another important criteria, applicant to post ratio.
Okay.
Yeah, and these 2 things, number of applicants and applicant to post ratio, will bring out which examination is how much popular among youth. Now, I will give you certain facts are there in my mind straight away. Like for the last 5-6 years, if you see the number of people, applicants in various examinations, you'll be amazed to hear that armed forces, only NDA and CDS, that is NDA and IMA, only these 2 entries which are conducted by the Union Public Service Commission, their applicants number surpass very distinctly that of the civil services. Just to give you an example of the last 5 years, in fact last year only, the difference of the number of applicants is anything 4 to 5 lakh.
Oh, between
This
aspirants for armed
civil
forces
services
and civil
armed
services.
forces, because perception which has been created is the civil services is the most popular choice of the youth. It may not be so. It is the armed forces. By these two criteria, which are there evident in the brought out by the Union Public Service Commission, number of applicants, we are 14 lakh in the last room, 14 lakh 1,000 to be exact. And the civil services were somewhere around 9 lakh, I think 35,000 or so.
Sir, the perception in the civilian life
Yeah.
is cracking civil services examination,
Yeah.
getting into either Indian Foreign Service, administrative police,
Yeah.
all these central civil services is very tough, very tough.
Yeah.
How do you compare
Yeah.
entry into the armed forces
Yeah.
vis-a-vis
Yeah.
entry into the civil services? How do you compare them, sir?
Subramanya, their written test part is extremely difficult, because it is a totally written test oriented. Yes, they have an interview process also, but unlike others, ours is, yes, one has to, criteria is written test also, but the interview process is pretty long.
Sir, उनका 3 दिन का होता है.
Yeah.
It's for 3 days
Yeah.
or in 3 phases.
Yeah.
How long is it in armed forces,
Armed
sir?
forces is a 5 days interview process which is entirely different, and it itself is a time tested method, and it's very, very rare that a chap who doesn't deserve to be in the armed forces will get selected.
Uh-huh.
So the whole focus is beside the written test, which is just a qualifying kind of examination, and we select the best out of through the written test.
I think
but
we
the main emphasis is on the interview process,
I
which
think
carries
we
on for the 5 days.
Please help us to understand.
Yeah, and
Please-
just to give you,
Please, sir. Please, sir.
since you mentioned about the
Please, sir.
comparison between civil services, that civil services is tough, I'm not denying it, but you'll be surprised if you go by the number of applicants. Ultimately, the vacancies which are filled, that is 300 odd for the NDAs, suppose, and you'll be amazed to know our selection rate for NDA is for one particular examination, the facts are with us 0.076%, whereas you'll be surprised, for our civil services it is 0.33%, and for the IITs, which is considered another very difficult examination, it is 0.77. So if you see the number of applicants who are applying, ultimately the number of seats which are being filled, so NDA becomes the toughest examination to crack.
Sir,
Yeah.
performance is a function of 3 elements: knowledge, skill, and attitude. Knowledge is something an individual acquires through the process of education. Skill is something acquired or imparted in the training. But this attitude is one issue which is very difficult to be corrected at a later stage. Does the 5-day selection process take care of all these 3 elements, sir? Knowledge, skill, and attitude.
It is only the armed forces which is having a 5 days lengthy process. And our selection process is mainly focused on personality of a candidate. And all these 3 things, as you rightly mentioned, the knowledge part,
Skill part
the skill part,
and the attitude.
and the attitude part, overall his personality. The whole focus of the selection process, which is a time tested process right since 1949, which we adopted here in the selection center. We judge the individual candidate based on 15 officer-like qualities.
Officer-like
Qualities. They are called OLQs, and these 15 OLQs are divided into 4 factors. Like the factor 1, which deals with your
mental faculty.
it mainly deals with your mental faculties. You're right. And the factor 2 sees your emotional stability, the heart, how strong you are, how responsible you are, how cooperative you are, how adaptive you are. And similarly, the factor 3 judges your individual leadership qualities. You have 5 qualities in that. You have your
Can you take everybody together? Can you
Yes.
lead from the front?
Exactly, your initiative, your confidence, your ability to impress the group, you know, and likewise you have the factor 4, which judges your dynamism and your physical fitness also, your courage part also. So overall, it is a comprehensive test of the personality, and this test cannot be ascertained only by the interview process. Therefore, we have 3 things in place. We have a psychological test, which is a projective technique under which we have 4 tests. So, an individual goes through the psychological test, so his hidden part, his deeper level comes out in that. Then we have an interview in which the interviewing officer assesses his knowledge part, his overall personality, his conscious parts comes out in that. And thereafter we have the group testing officer, which is in the ground. And in the ground there are 9 such tasks which the individual undergoes, including the group obstacles, the individual obstacles, the lecturate, the group discussions, and
The physical stamina part is taken
also
care.
comes out in that. His courage part also comes out in that. So he sees his subconscious as well as conscious level. So the holistic personality is judged through this technique.
General Bhakuni, you explained us and helped us understand various aspects of entry into armed forces. But in spite of all this, we do read it in the media, there is a shortage of personnel in the armed forces.
Officers, I will say.
Huh?
Yeah.
Why is it so? Is it correct? If yes, why is it so?
Yeah. Subramanya, you are right. There is a shortage of officers in the armed forces. But we should also understand where is the shortage.
Okay.
And if you really ask me, as far as the main entries are concerned, that is for the regular cadre, there is hardly any shortage today. In fact, some of the entries are oversubscribed. We have technical entry scheme after 12th, it is oversubscribed.
May I ask you, regular cadres क्या होता है sir?
Regular cadres are NDA, that is, you know, it is for all the 3 services, Army, Navy and Air Force.
Okay.
Then you have the CDS. CDS have 2 entries. And one is a direct entry which goes to the IMA and does a 1.5 years of training. And the second is the short service which goes to the OTA.
Okay.
And do the 9 months of training and then they pass out. They remain for, it's called a short service commission. So you were on shortage of officers. You know, a lot of ground has been covered in this. As I was mentioning, as far as regular cadre is concerned, there is hardly any shortage today. And in fact, certain entries are oversubscribed, like the women entry is oversubscribed. The technical entry scheme is oversubscribed. And to an extent, most of the NDA courses are oversubscribed. So, overall, the situation is very happy. Yes, yet there is a shortage. Now, where is the shortage? The shortage are mainly in the 2 domains.
Which are they, sir?
One is the short service officers. Yes, we are not able to get because the government is trying its best, the army is trying its best to make it more attractive.
Okay.
One is the short service where we are not getting enough suitable candidates. There are no dearth of candidates applying even in that.
Suitability.
Yes, there are no. In fact, you will be surprised, our selection rate even for short service officers is just 3.6%. It means 100 people appearing for the interview, 96 fail. Only 4
96 do
fail.
not make it to
Do
the
not
grade.
make it. So what I am trying to mention to you, as far as short service candidates coming for the interview is concerned, there is no dearth. It is only the quality they are not able to qualify. Therefore, there is a shortage of officers in the short service. Similarly, the second part is the army entries. Army entries are mainly 3. That is the ACC entry. We have a shortage. We are not able to fill up the full vacancies. We have the SCO. Again, we are not able to fill the complete vacancies. And we have the SL commission. We are not able to fill. But the main entries which are through the UPSC or the technical entry schemes, we are able to get enough lot.
numbers.
Yeah, enough numbers, and there is hardly any shortage today in the armed forces, and situation is improving day by day. So,
And,
yeah,
I would like to ask you, sir.
yeah,
You said the process is in place for a long time.
yeah.
Have you not been evolving over the period?
Yeah, Subramanya, over a period of time, right from, like, this center was established in 1949, and that was with the 12th SSB, which is a naval SSB. Then 2 more SSBs were raised in 1962. Yes, there have been some changes with the time, and with the time everything has to change. Like, we used to have 29 officer-like qualities. Somewhere in the mid-70s, they were brought down to 15 qualities. And
Without sacrificing the quality.
definitely. And some minor changes were done. In 1998, we introduced this stage 1 test, because again, there was a filter required because of large number of candidates reporting. So this was introduced in 1998. And even today, at the Ministry of Defense level, at the highest level, there are studies on which understands and analyzes the present setup and may recommend the changes. But that's a different topic altogether, and it is evolved with the time.
Totally, the process is dynamic.
Yeah, definitely.
Sir, women do not show up so much in the armed forces. Is it because women shy away, or is it because the armed forces shies away from taking them in?
Let me tell you, both your perceptions are wrong. And armed
Agar
forces,
main galat hu, if I am wrong, I am happy, sir.
in fact, armed forces has opened up in a big way for the women candidates.
Okay.
You know, why go far? Our defense minister is a woman today. And let me tell you, there is no dearth of women volunteers also to the armed forces.
Okay.
And
Okay.
can you believe it? All our entries by the women candidates are oversubscribed. And in
Oh.
fact, large number of women candidates are getting selected. So the Ministry of Defense, the armed forces are working in a big way. The armed forces have opened their doors for the women, and things are, being taken care of.
Thank you for clearing my information, perception. Ab jo bhi bole.
Yeah.
Thanks that I was wrong.
Yeah, no,
Sir,
definitely. Yeah.
one last question I want to ask you.
Yeah.
This entry from the southern states,
Yeah.
you said is low.
Yeah.
What have you planned to help these people come into the armed forces more and more, sir?
Yeah.
I remember you said the best response and the best passion is from the northern
Yeah,
states.
yeah.
How can we match? How can you help us, sir?
Subramanya, gradually the scenario is changing, again by the initiatives taken by the armed forces. You see, our static formations, they send our officers in the various colleges and universities, and a lot of awareness campaign has been undertaken by the armed forces headquarters itself. You must have seen so many good ads coming up, and that's the reason why we are getting such a large number of candidates. The perception is gradually changing.
Okay.
Yes, in the south, yet the number of candidates may not be in comparison to the population, the ratio may be little less. But things are definitely improving, and some steps are being undertaken by the armed forces to improve the awareness in the south.
Well, General Bhakuni, thank you very much for
Thank you.
investing so much of time
Yeah.
into clearing so many civilian perceptions, I would say.
No, thank you.
Thank you very much.
you. I will also be pretty happy if the basic aim was to create awareness. As you, in the end, you asked the right question. So if it creates a little more awareness in the south particularly, I think we have also achieved our aim.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much
so
for your
What
time.
a pleasure it was. What a pleasure. Thank
It
you so
was.
much.